She was the queen of soul, with a voice that moved millions and money worth $80 million. But behind the hit songs and shiny awards, Aretha Franklin had a secret that would split her family apart for 5 long years.
It's 4
sons, 2 handwritten letters, 1 hidden under couch cushions. This is the real story of what happened to Aretha Franklin's children after the music stopped. When Aretha Franklin died on August 16, 2018, she left behind 4 sons who had lived their whole lives as children of a music legend. Clarence Franklin, born when Aretha was just 12 years old. Edward Franklin, born when she was 15. Ted White Jr., who goes by Teddy Richard, and her youngest, Kecalf Cunningham. The world thought everything would be simple after Aretha died. Her sons would share her money and houses equally. But the family was about to discover something that would change everything. Something about a piece of paper with a smiley face that would start the biggest family fight in music history.
You better think about what's trying to do to me, yeah.
Each of Aretha's sons got more than just her famous last name. They got her musical gifts too, and each one used those gifts in his own special way.
The moment I wake up,
Clarence Franklin wrote songs that his mother actually recorded and sang, even though he had mental health problems that made life harder for him. Clarence could create beautiful music. When Aretha sang his songs, it was like a mother and son having a conversation through music.
for 5 long years,
You carried through the night, and this Christmas.
Edward Franklin became a gospel singer. Like his mother set it out, he recorded This Christmas with Aretha, and it became one of their family's favorite songs. At Aretha's funeral in 2018, Edward sang Mercy, Mercy Me and made thousands of people cry. His voice sounded so much like his mother's that for a moment, it felt like she was still there.
Oh, mercy, mercy me.
They say love is blind.
Teddy Richards chose to be a guitar player. For over 30 years, he played backup guitar while his mother performed on stages all over the world. But Teddy also wanted his own music career. He's played with famous singers like Seal and Nelly Furtado. Today, he lives in Florida and calls himself Southwest Florida's #1 solo entertainer. Kecalf Cunningham became a Christian rapper. His name combines his mother's initials ALF with his father's name. Kecalf brought together church music and rap music in a way that was totally his own style. The best parts of being Aretha's sons weren't the fame or money. They were the musical moments they shared with their mother. For 30 years, Teddy stood on stages around the world playing guitar while his mother sang. Every night, his guitar helped create the sound that made people fall in love with Aretha's voice. They traveled together, practiced together, and created music magic together. Edward's favorite memory was recording This Christmas with his mother It was a quick and heartfelt session, blending their voices in perfect harmony. What made it special was singing with the most famous voice in soul music, his mom's. Kecalf's biggest moment came in 2008 at Radio City Music Hall in New York. He joined his mother on stage, bringing his rap style to her soul music. It was proof that the Franklin family music could grow and change while still being powerful and real. The Franklin musical family didn't end with Aretha's 4 sons. The talent keeps going to the next generation.
It's Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright.
Kecalf's daughter, Grace, tried out for American Idol in 2022. When they asked her about her famous grandmother, Grace said something that showed how normal their family really was. To me, she was always just grandma. Grace's audition proved that Franklin family talent was still going strong. But the really amazing thing about the Franklin family is how they balance being famous with being a regular family. Yes, they're connected to one of the greatest singers who ever lived. But they're also just people who love each other, support each other, and try to honor the woman who made it all possible.
I might be weak, yeah.
Incoming! Hi, I'm Grace.
Hi, Grace.
I'm 15.
But before we talk about what happened after Aretha died, we need to understand the hard parts of the Franklin family story. Aretha became a mother when she was still a child herself. She had Clarence at 12 and Edward at 15. The father of both boys, Edward Jordan Cincher, never helped take care of them. Aretha wrote in her will years later that he never helped with anything, not money, not support, nothing. Having babies so young meant Aretha had to make really hard choices. She once said, "I still wanted to hang out with my friends. I wanted to be in two places at the same time." While she was traveling and singing, her grandmother and sister helped raise Clarence and Edward. This created some lasting problems. Clarence developed mental health issues that meant he needed special care his whole life. By 2019, he was living in a group home where trained people could help him every day. Edward faced his own terrible experience in 2010. 3 men attacked him at a gas station in Detroit and broke his jaw so badly that doctors had to wire it shut. Neither Edward nor his mother ever talked about the attack in public, but it left scars that took a long time to heal.
With his words killing me.
When Aretha Franklin died, her family thought they knew what would happen next. Michigan law said that when someone dies without a will, their children share everything equally. Simple, right? But 8 months later, family members searching through Aretha's house found something shocking. First, they found a proper will from 2010 hidden in a closet. This will was signed correctly and said that Teddy and Aretha's niece would be in charge of her money and houses. But then they found something even more surprising. Stuffed between couch cushions was another handwritten letter dated 2014. This one crossed out Teddy's name and put Kecalf in charge instead. It also said Kecalf should get Aretha's main house, a beautiful mansion worth over $1 million. The weirdest part, the signature was just the letter A with a little smiley face drawn inside it. That tiny smiley face was about to tear the Franklin family apart. For 5 years, the three brothers fought in court about which paper represented what their mother really wanted. Teddy believed the 2010 will should count because it was written properly and signed correctly. His lawyers said that if Aretha really meant the 2014 paper to be her final will, she wouldn't have stuffed it in a couch. But Kecalf and Edward thought differently. They believed their mother had changed her mind about who should be in charge. They thought that smiley face was her real signature, just written in a more personal way. The fight wasn't just about money, it was about understanding what their mother wanted and respecting her final wishes. But it was also tearing the family apart. Brothers who had grown up making music together were now making arguments in courtrooms instead. Kecalf told reporters, "It's been a long 5 years for my family."
So sing along with Retime.
On July 11, 2023, 12 regular people on a jury had to decide which will was real. After hearing all the evidence and looking at both papers, they made their choice in less than an hour. The 2014 will won. That little smiley face was really Aretha's signature. When the judge announced the decision, something beautiful happened. Aretha's grandchildren ran up and hugged both Kecalf and Edward. After 5 years of fighting, the Franklin family was together again. Kecalf said, "I'm very happy. I just wanted my mother's wishes to be followed. We just want to breathe again." Today, each of Aretha's sons has found peace with how things worked out. Clarence gets the care he needs and always will, just like both wills promised. Edward got property from the 2014 will and still sings gospel music. Teddy got money from selling a house and keeps building his music career in Florida. Kecalf now owns the big house where his mother spent her last years, and all the brothers share the money that comes from Aretha's music. Most importantly, Kecalf watches his daughter Grace and his other children carry the Franklin music tradition to a new generation. The family that almost broke apart is now stronger than ever. The Queen of Soul left behind more than just great music. She left behind 4 sons who learned that family love is stronger than any fight about money. And somewhere, We like to think Aretha is smiling, just like that little smiley face that brought them back together. If this story touched your heart, hit the subscribe button to hear more amazing stories about music legends. And tell us in the comments, what's your favorite Aretha Franklin song? Because respect isn't just something you sing about, it's something you live.
Cause that I wanna